authority, that we cannot be lords over people, that we have to obey the chain of command.
The primary function of the military is to protect the territorial integrity and the sovereignty of the state.
There were problems with the armed forces in the past, and there are still problems that we need to deal with.
What is the current reputation of Gambian soldiers in peacekeeping countries such as Darfur?
I want the Gambian people to know that there is something positive about the Gambian armed forces, and this is demonstrated, manifested in many occasions in various theaters of operation, including the current one, UNAMID. The words expressed by various leaders that you have met in the mission area, it's not coming out of them because the Chief of Defense Staff of the Gambia is present. These are true feelings that they are trying to, point out. These are things that they have observed up close because they work with members of the Gambian contingent. When a Gambian is deployed as a peacekeeper, he's a different person altogether.
In the home front, average Gambians allege that the military was loyal to the former president at the expense of their constitutional mandate.
The civil-military relationship is for the soldier to understand their roles and their commitment and their responsibilities to their country, to the citizens of their country, and for also the civilian population to understand that the military is a vital institution in the survival of every sovereign state.
This is precisely why the civilians and military should sit together to evaluate past mistakes and devise a robust collaborative framework for the immediate and long-term peace and stability of the country. Suma Jadama, reporting for GRTS.
One of the country's longest-serving diplomats has authored a book on his 4 decades career in the civil service and the diplomatic arena. Dembo Baji served as ambassador to many countries during a stellar diplomatic career. By Ibrahim Cham reports.
A seasoned diplomat who began his diplomatic service in 1986, Baji has compiled his long stay in the civil service in a handbook. The book explains the career of civil servants' valuable experience that spans more than 4 decades. Academics noted the relevance of the 73-page handbook.
One may expect that outlook on the governance and administration in the Gambia would provide proper guidelines to the present and future generations of public servants, as well as politicians in understanding the machinery and functions of government.
Veteran lawyer Fafa Mai says the new publication is a unique reading manual.
I believe it is the first publication by a seasoned professional Gambian administrator and diplomat. And I dare say that it may be many years before a more fundamental and more pathfinding study is published in this field.
The need to help nurture the next generation of the country's emerging workforce forms part of the reasons for the publication of the book. This, the author explains, is crucial in building a valuable and quality civil service.
We all know that when officers retire from the civil service, especially the top echelon, they go away with their knowledge, with their experiences, and with their institutional memories. They hardly leave anything behind for the young children to learn from. And so I feel that if we don't learn from each other, then others will write stories for us that may not be in our interest.
The launching of the book is a significant development as the Gambia embarks on the road to build a new country. For GRTS News, I'm by Ibrahim Cham.
The Health Promotion and Education Directorate has recently trained 30 multidisciplinary facilitation team officers in the Lower River region town of Mansakonko. The trainees, as Asujata reports, are expected to conduct step-down programs for village support groups.
The people that we targeted to train them on this 4+4 key household practices, and after which we're going to do a step-down training in the various sites that we've selected, which is 12 sites.
It's a novel concept being put into practice to strengthen and promote key household practices relating to health and domestic well-being. Officials say the scheme called 4+4 will spur communities towards greater interest in health promotion. A massive pilot initiative drives the project in the Lower River region, where 12 communities, including Pakalanding, Sankuya, Jason, Japine and Bureng in the Jara area, plus Kayaf and Jifarong, have benefited from the training.
These are proper hand washing, that is washing your hands with clean soap and running water, and exclusive breastfeeding, that is to breastfeed a child until he or she is 6 months without giving him or her any supplementary food or water. Then you have ITN use, that is the usage of insecticide-treated net, sleeping underneath every night around the year. And then you also have the preparation of ORS, that is rehydration salt solution.
Team trainer Abdullah Diba described the program as a unique opportunity for participants to develop new skills. They haven't encountered any major challenges so far, and all participants have actively participated in the course, which has helped them to be more organized and efficient.
So far, the topics that we have treated, like proper hand washing, exclusive breastfeeding, early health seeking behavior, especially among antenatal mothers and sick children, as well as preparation of ORS, that's oral rehydration salt, is really been captured by the participant, and they really, appreciated the training as well. They are also ready to go down to the community and explain these things to them.
Senior Program Officer Lamin F. Barrow of Health Promotion and Education Directorate is greatly impressed with the project and said the objective of the 4+4 will no doubt be achieved.
During the TOT, that's training of trainers, which was facilitated by veteran health workers, and the training went very well because we did a pre-test and a post-test. The post-test shows that they have learned a lot of new skills, and from the sites that we visited, we've realized that they are doing the training very well, and the participants actually understand most of the things that they have taught them.
The program continues to what officials perceive as the most important stage, when trainees will work with village support groups to reach out to families to train them on key domestic health practices to achieve positive behavioral change. Aissatou Diatta, GRTS.
A prominent human rights and pro-democracy activist, Pa Samba Jaw Alias Coach, who has been living in exile in the United States for more than 2 decades, has called on Gambians to cherish and safeguard the country's newfound freedom. Coach Pa Samba Jaw was speaking to Seni Marena on a range of issues, including the diaspora struggle and renewed commitment to the new Gambia.
The greatest feeling that one can ever think of, because coming back to the Gambia, a country that I love so much, a country that I've been exiled for almost 23 years, just because I decided to have an opinion against a government that has been here pretty much subjugating our people. It was sad, but definitely it was a great feeling when I crossed into the border and stepped foot in on Gambian soil and met people at the customs, and they were, you know what, you guys are heroes. We didn't do it for heroic actions or return. What we did it for was for country. But what is great is that we are back in the Gambia, and we are here enjoying the democracy and freedom that we so much, fought for. That has also cost us so much. So it's a great feeling. Well, the Gambia that I want to see is a Gambia of democracy, liberty, and dignity. Because at the end of the day, economic progress can only come when a country is free and democratic. Because freedom and democracy brings stability. Stability, encourages people to want to invest. So I believe that this democracy that we've achieved should be one that we must nurture and expand and build and make sure that it is maintained. Because when it is maintained, then it becomes easier for people to come. Now, the role of the diaspora is no different from the role that we played in dislodging Jammeh. Because we became the voice of the voiceless, because our people were subjugated to the extent that they could not speak because they did not have a voice. But we gave them that voice. But we are a very vibrant constituency, very, very vibrant constituency that, if harnessed, could be very instrumental in the economic and socio-political development of this country. We have the intellectual capacity to help this country develop. We have the financial capacity to help this country.
That was Coach Pa Sambajao speaking to Seni Marena. A youth group in Sukuta called United Gambia has embarked on a massive cleansing exercise at Sukuta Lower Basic School to ensure a healthy and conducive learning environment. Seydou Camara reports.
They are called United Gambia, and it is easy to understand why. This group, made of young people residing in Sukuta, have taken it upon themselves to ensure that town school and the hospital remains clean and healthy. As young people, members of United Gambia, believe it is their responsibility to initiate and support community development. United Gambia chairperson Musol Ba Sedikan said the exercise is among the activities they are conducting to bring about unity among the youth in Sukuta and the country at large.
We build the organization to help the youth to fulfill their potential. Among them is to avoid illegal migration.
Alaji Janamadi Jabate and Janaba Kamara expressed delight to be part of the exercise and described United Gambia as an initiative purposely designed to support the country peace building and youth engagement efforts.
Cleanliness is something that is important, particularly in schools and hospitals, and that promotes development.
Group PRO Dudu Gomez thanked the organization partners in the diaspora for supporting and funding the cleanup exercise. He further explains the objective of the organizations, which he said as a youth scheme to inspire development.
One of the main objectives of this organization is to unite Gambians, irrespective of tribe, religion, or whatsoever. This exercise, we call it in order to contribute our core of national development, because we felt it is not only the government that can do it. The citizens should also contribute towards national development.
After the exercise, the group went on a conducted tour of the hospital to discover its challenges. The Sukuta native and senior advisor to the president, Yusfa Cham, assured the management of the clinic that something will be done to resolve their most pressing concerns.
I have listened to him attentively, and the concerns that are raised are concerns that need to be taken care of quickly, because it is affecting the productivity of the center.
The group is now calling on young people to take ownership of development programs and collectively propel unity and peace-building efforts in the new Gambia. Seydou Camara, GRTS News.
Time now to take our first commercial break. The sports news is next. Stay tuned.
Everywhere you go with the GT Bank Gambia mobile app. Take control of your account anytime, anywhere with ease and security. Do your banking the smart way with the GT Bank Gambia mobile app. Check your account balance, transfer funds, buy now cash power and mobile credit, withdraw money from our ATM and POS, and pay your bills, request for a Verve card or Visa card, check your Forex rates, and do so much more in just a few steps. Download the GT Bank Gambia mobile app today from Google Play Store or Apple Store. Do your banking the smart way. Do your banking now with the GT Bank Gambia mobile app. Terms and conditions apply. GT Bank, wouldn't you rather bank with us?
Time now for sports news. Participants in the just-ended National Youth Conference and Festival in Basse spent the final few hours of the major convergence reveling in some thrilling end to competitions in the volleyball finals. Nurulamin Sani was at the courtside and he now reports.
All sport actions of the 2017 knockoff ended in Basse with the crowning of new champions. First was the volleyball final, which saw West Coast Region and Kanifing Municipality winning the male and female finals. The two regions defeated Banjul in both categories to be crowned champions of this year's edition. It was West Coast Region and Banjul City Council female teams who first locked horns in the early kickoff. This encounter was frantic, with both teams showcasing some spectacular performance. West Coast managed to snatch victory by 2-0 against the City Girls. It wasn't an easy affair in the male final, played under a tense atmosphere, but it was Kanifing Municipality who prevailed, winning by 2-0. The supposed basketball final between Central River Region and Kanifing Municipality failed to proceed after West Coast Region and Lower River Region appeared at the court in protest of an appeal against the two finalists. But the subcommittee later concluded by awarding Kanifing Municipality a straight win. West Coast Region defeated Lower River Region 4-3 on penalty shootout to win the male football final, while North Bank Region won the women's final. Winners of these various competitions were awarded trophies at the end of the knockoff. Reporting for GRTS Sports, I am Nurulamin Sani.
We take our second commercial break and the international news follows right after this.
This December, come and have a fun-filled season at the Q City. Q City has a whole lot of fun activities for kids and adults. Kids' indoor and outdoor play areas are open from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Mondays to Thursdays and 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Friday, Saturday and Sundays. It's the holiday season, so come and make the best of it at the Q City Recreation Center. The newly opened Q City with movie theater, fast food restaurant, leisure and Olympic pools, and many other sports and fun activities is open for you. Come and have some fun. Call 333-Q-City 3372489 or visit www.qcity.gm. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, Q-City Gambia, to get the latest updates. Q-City is the place to be with family and friends this holiday season. Q-City, hotel, leisure, sports and restaurants.
Welcome back. Joseph Boakai is banking on his experience as deputy president to lead the country, while George Weah is promising to create jobs and a focus on expanding access to education. CGTN's Sumi Matthew takes a closer look at the two men vying to replace Ellen Johnson Sirleaf as president of Liberia.
Known by his supporters as King George, and former soccer star George Weah clearly believes he's destined to rule. Topped the first poll in October, his supporters say this is their chance.
This election, it is time for us to expel the political cartel in our country. People who feel that they are the only people that should be at the helm of power. It is now time that we show to them that without them, this country can still move forward.
We need to make our country right. And one way we can make our country right through our votes. So if we save ourselves for all those stretch of Christmas, I believe through that we can change our country for the betterment.
But Weah has been here before. In 2005, he lost despite widespread predictions of victory. And his arch rival is urging prepare for defeat.
All of us, as we go to the polls, we should accept defeat. We should make this country peaceful. We should think about our people, what they have gone through. And that's what I can say to him.
Joseph Boakai is banking on his experience in government. He's been vice president for 12 years and promises to deliver basic services.
Looking at Joseph Boakai in Georgia, he had a crowd because of his star. He is a celebrity. And looking at Joseph Boakai, he is educated, he is competent. Also, he being a assistant. So I believe he is a great leader for our brother now. Instead of Georgia. I like Georgia as my star or as a celebrity, but not a presidency. What I expect to see development, because he has promised that his first priority is rule, second priority rule, third priority rule. So we have almost a very good climatic condition in the country with a good soil. If all the counties are interconnected by good road network, it will improve entrepreneurship, it will develop our GDP.
Some analysts say it's too close to call, but much depends on the turnout. Wales Party has even urged his supporters not to drink heavily on 25th December to improve their chances the morning after of making it to the polling stations. Sonny Methu, CGTN.
The Ethiopia-Djibouti Railway is one of the mega infrastructure projects on the continent. It connects the heart of Ethiopia with the port of Djibouti. It was built at a cost of $4 billion, most of it funded by China. The railway is anticipated to play a role in transforming economic growth not only in the two nations but in the whole of the Eastern Africa region. CTN's Jerome Chala with the story.
It used to take at least 3 days to get to Djibouti using road transport. Now it's only 8 hours, plus comfort and less pressure on their pockets. The China-funded train connecting Ethiopia to Djibouti will soon start changing lives even beyond the Eastern Africa region.
It is the first of China in Africa. It's the best and modern railway that connects Ethiopia and Djibouti, and by far, for the future, it will connect also to up to the Senegal. So its economic importance is very big for both countries.
Similar to its predecessor, this railway will also play an important role in the integration of the two countries, which will facilitate the transportation of people and goods.
So this is a success story out of almost 4 years of investment, mainly from China, and a collaboration between Ethiopia and Djibouti. But the work is also beyond putting together a world-class infrastructure here. Chinese engineers say the project has helped them transfer skills and knowledge to their counterparts in Ethiopia.
Also, the engineer from Ethiopia side, we sit in the same office. We talk the same issues. We face the same difficulties. So that's why we transfer the knowledge to Ethiopia and Djibouti. And for the future, still will come to the operation phase. As the operation phase, after we have the contract, we have the duty to give the training of the Ethiopia and Djibouti people, let them know how to run this train.
This cargo train connecting Djibouti port to the heart of Ethiopia has a capacity of transporting 3,500 tons at a time in about 10 hours' time. That makes a huge difference compared to formerly transporting the same cargo size using 70 trucks in 3 to 4 days' time. Many see this train not only as a means of transportation for goods and people from one part of Africa to the other. This is also one of the best examples, a promising sign for future cooperation between China and Africa. Many say through the Belt and Road Initiative, it is safe to say the best is yet to come. Gruntala CGTN, Addis Ababa.
And before we take leave of you, a recap of the day's main stories. President Barrow has returned from China, where he signed a $75 million grant agreement for the construction of roads and bridges in the Gambia. Chief of Defense Staff Lieutenant General Masani Kinte has reiterated Gambia Armed Forces' commitment to consolidate the country's democratization process. And Liberia's presidential aspirant, former Deputy President Boakai, is confident of his leadership experience, while George Weah promises job and access to education. An Ethiopia-Djibouti $4 billion railway project is set to transform trade and economic growth in Eastern Africa. That was all in this edition of news. Thanks for your pleasure of your company. I'm Issa Jallo. Coming up soon is the highlights of the president's arrival from China.